Hello, welcome to your weekly Pick Your Crystal reading here at Soulprint. This is for the week of April 13th through the 19th. So this ends, kind of Easter weekend. If you celebrate, happy Easter. Let's get started, shall we? The crystals here today are very sort of light and translucent. So we have a green. This is a very quiet pink and clear. Take a moment, see which crystal or crystals resonate with you, and let's get started. Here we go. All righty. Got the Four of Wands, the Lovers, Eight of Wands, and the Six of Cups. Okay. So, Four of Wands, we're looking at community celebrations, weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, an event just where the community all comes together for an event or a situation. The Lovers. Well, that sort of goes without saying. Although, very often the Lovers can represent partnership. It can represent sort of a business partnership. It can be a personal partnership for sure. Eight of Wands talks about communications and things moving forward very, very sort of quickly, almost after they have felt stalled. And the Six of Cups, this is about, reflection. It's about memories. It's about going back in time, thinking about what was before. Perhaps you're looking through photo albums, or you're meeting or enjoying the company of somebody that you haven't seen for a long time. And so, honestly, the energy of this really does feel celebratory. It feels like there is an event coming up that is a celebration of some kind, and you're looking forward to it. It's exciting. It feels almost like, in some ways, like it just came up out of the blue. The time moved so fast. And perhaps you're looking forward to seeing somebody you haven't seen in a while. This could be a reunion or a clarity, a coming together, for example, of having that conversation finally with somebody who was in your life and is not. And you're now able to have that sort of final conversation and look back at the past with clarity. The cards together tell basically a story of sort of the human experience, if you will, right? You're talking about gatherings, you're talking about communications, relationships, and memories. So, are there memories that you're reflecting on? Is this some sort of a reunion or a reconciliation, even? That there's definitely a very happy and joyful energy around this group of cards. There's definitely a feeling of love, of happiness, and of happy times and happy reflections. And so interesting, right? Because you've got the Six of Cups, which is that sort of looking back, and you're starting with the Four of Wands, which is the new beginning card, right? Because it represents sort of some sort of a celebration that you're experiencing now. So whatever this means or represents to you, it sounds pretty exciting. Good luck, whatever it is. And carry on with the three. Okay, you've got the Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, Justice, and the King of Swords. Okay, interesting grouping of cards here. Okay, so the Three of Pentacles, very often, you're talking about kind of success through effort. Very often for me, it tends to represent working together. It can represent sort of a triangle, if you will, of people who are getting together for a common goal or an accomplishment. Now, the Knight of Wands is interesting because That's talking very often about a change in your resident. It could be a journey that you're taking. Justice is about balance, but it's also about the law. And now you have that followed by the King of Swords, which is about, government, the law. It's about uniform sometimes, somebody in a uniform. So what is this talking about? Well, on a very basic level, you could say this has to do with preparing to change your residence or perhaps go on an extended vacation. And you're requiring the help of others, whether that is, somebody who can monetarily help you, somebody who can, you know, come over and check on your residence, make sure everything's fine. But there's definitely a feeling that whatever this changes, whatever this Knight of Wands represents, there's definitely some help coming your way or available to you. With the Justice card sitting here, make sure that you keep things in balance and that you don't kind of go sort of to one extreme or the other, because Justice is talking about a situation that is fair, that is balanced, that sort of equalizes. And with the King of Swords here, it feels very much like there is some paperwork or documentation going on around that. It can also represent working through a conflict. It can be your thoughts and ambitions. So what you're looking at here is whatever this Knight of Wands is representing for you and to you, there's definitely some sort of a change or a shift coming as you recognize that and move through it. Recognize that balance and fairness, equity is really, really important. And that perhaps if this represents like three business partners, for example, you want to make sure that one, the documentation, legalities are taken care of, but that it is fair, that the division of talent, assets, work is balanced. And again, if this is more personal, the same thing applies. If you have people helping you, make sure that, there's some fairness there, that you're not dumping the whole responsibility of everything on one person, that you're able to kind of ask for help in different areas and receive help in different areas. But this is definitely about sort of shifting and changing. And you may not be moving your home and you may not be going on a long trip. But there's definitely an energy with the wands of that. It's a fire energy, right? And so this might even be about new communications coming through, a new beginning, a new start, is something that it requires some sort of an action or a forward movement. Very, very interesting. But again, keep things balanced, keep things legal, and accept the help that is being offered, but make sure that it's balanced and clear. What do we have here? Okay, we have the World, the Four of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. So this is sort of about money or possessions. So the World represents a new beginning, right? The ending of one chapter, the beginning of a new one. With the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles can sometimes represent kind of like hanging on to what you have, being overly cautious, being afraid of losing something. Yet sometimes it can also represent enjoying sort of some of the fruits of your labors. With the Ten of Pentacles following it, it's almost as if there's some sort of a reassurance that the funds or the assets are going to be there as you move forward. The Ten of Pentacles very often represents an inheritance, a gift, money, family money, that kind of thing. And the King of Pentacles is, somebody who can handle finances, somebody who is knowledgeable with finances, somebody who knows how to make their money work for them. So, whatever the cycle is that you are now ending, maybe you've just gone through sort of a dry spell where you weren't getting the clients you needed, or you weren't receiving the funds that you were anticipating or expecting, and that has caused you to tighten the belt a little bit. This is letting you know that there is abundance coming your way, but you want to be mindful that you use your assets wisely, and that you don't just sort of squander it away. This is, though, however, a significant shift in the abundance around you. Now, do not forget, pentacles can be about money, but they can be about possessions. They can be about your health. They can be about the physical body. But whatever it is, it looks good. But be mindful to keep an expert sort of around so that you are not finding yourself in a place where the gift or the abundance of the Ten of Pentacles is somehow not utilized to its full extent. So here comes abundance. Make sure you use it wisely and recognize that there is a new chapter beginning. There's a new start coming for you. There we go. Thank you very, very much for being here. Once again, happy Easter to those who celebrate, and enjoy the week ahead. And I look forward to seeing you here at Soulprint Pick Your Crystal next week. Bye for now.